Welcome to my channel. DIY mechanic.
...2003 Ford Escape. This will be the same as a Mazda Tribute. We do an alternator, so I done it through the top. The day I did that through the top, it took me 4 hours. So I'm doing this one from the bottom. So I'm gonna give you quick tips and ideas so you know what you're getting into it. So first thing, you're gonna have to remove the axle. So here are the tools you're gonna need. You're gonna need that for to remove your outer tie rod. One of these. You're gonna need an 18 to hold when you're taking the suspension to hold the other side, and then you need a 18 socket. 19 to take off the wheel, 32 to take off the axle, 13, 2 13s, and a 10. You also need an extension. Okay, so once you get this loose, then you're gonna take the 2 14s right here, which are those two. You're also gonna remove this clip that's holding the brake line up here, and a 10 that's also holding the ABS line. That's gonna be right here. Take that out. Get the 2 18s right here loose. Then you can, once you get the outer tie rod loose, you pop it out. Then you can push the drive shaft in. Get the 2 14s that I told you, these two. They'll be holding it right there. That's right there where you see those 2 bolts, one here, one here. Those are the 2 14s. The drive shaft go all the way in there. Then you're gonna take, there's gonna be a cover, so you just get a flathead screwdriver. Oh, I forgot to mention, you also need one of these to get the belt loose. So the tensioner is right there. You just stick it here and you go tow with the car. That's to get the belt. Once you get the belt, then you take this cover off with a flathead screwdriver. Take those tabs out. Then you gotta lift up because it's gonna be sitting like that. You gotta lift up, then you take it out. Then you can get to that one. That cover is not covering the bottom ones. Those you can get to it, no problem. But it will be hiding this one, so you can get your hand through here and you can get it loose. So once you get these 3, these are 13. So once you get those 3 13s out, then you're gonna flip the alternator. It's gonna be sitting, so the alternator will be sitting like that, like that. So then you're gonna flip it. You're gonna flip it to you. You're gonna take the 10 right here, and you're gonna unplug the wire right here. All right. Once you have that, you gotta push it out of the way in there. You gotta find your way to put it up there, because you gotta remove this bracket in order so you can get it out. You won't be able to get it out if you don't take these 3 10s. So the bracket goes just like that, just like that. So there's 1 10 right there hiding, another one in the back, and another one on the bottom. So it goes just like that. Once you get this bracket off completely out, then you can wiggle this thing. You can wiggle this through this hole. You don't have to disconnect the O2 sensor, but if you want to disconnect it, just make sure you don't forget it unplugged. That's the O2. So once you take the bracket off, you can slide your thing right out. Now another thing, before you put the new one in, I got the new one right here because it happened to me already once, and trust me, that's why it took me 4 hours to do the Mazda Tribute 2003 Mazda. Is the same as this one. Alright, so what happened to me was the alternator was off by like a 1/4 inch to match this holes. So before you put that in there, make sure you just drop it in here, and make sure you're lining up all 3 holes. Yeah, this one's good, because if the holes they don't line up and you put that in there and you connect everything and then you try to put it in, trust me, you're gonna waste a lot of time. Alright, so I hope this video helped someone, and so you can have an idea what you're getting into it. So it took me 40 minutes from start to finish just to get it off. It took me 40 minutes, taking my time, not rushing, because you don't want to break something. So figure another 40 minutes, 30 minutes to put it back. So we can say, it's a 2-hour job. So if you're doing this for somebody, make sure you know what you're doing, and make sure you got all the tools that you're gonna need. Not a lot. Alright, I hope I helped someone on these. See you in the next one. Make sure you pay attention the way you take it out, because that's the same way it's gonna go in. It's not gonna go any other way. So look, the plug, the electrical plug is touching the outside of the car right here, okay? And then the connector is right next to it. Alright, so that's how you're gonna wiggle it out like this. Like that. So to put it in, it gotta go the same way. You can't change. Just gotta kind of wiggle it. There you go. Alright. Thank you. Alright, so there you have it. Engine is running. So you want to make sure that was your problem. Unplug the negative. If the engine stay running, your problem is fixed. That means you have a good alternator. If the car shut off, then it's a defective alternator, or your problem is something else. So there you go.